This is my daughter, the little farmer. She did a video as well of the goats. I'm going to do another video. It's a little bit of a sad day for her. Her two babies are, oh, they're not babies anymore.
One of them is.
The two goats are going away today.
Dying.
Yep. They're going to be going in our freezer in probably about 2 weeks after we hang them for 2 weeks. And I'm going to videotape today of how to do your animals on the 1/5 acre farm.
I'm so sad.
I
I have
know.
to get rid of my babies.
Okay, not so close.
I have to get rid of my babies.
Yeah.
Go introduce them.
Okay.
Yeah. So which one is this?
This one is Stomper.
That one's Stomper.
He's my little baby angel.
He was second born by about,
10 minutes.
no, I don't think it was even 10 minutes. I think it might have been about 5 minutes. But Daddy had to shove him back in because his nose and one hoof was coming out.
Actually, his tongue.
Oh,
His
yeah.
tongue and one hoof.
Yeah, so Daddy had to shove him back in and find the two hooves and then bring him out.
Which he went like
And move
this.
out of the way and I'll show him Mummy.
And this is Heidi, my little baby girl.
This is the one that gave birth to the two white bucks.
That you'll see in a couple minutes.
Mm-hmm. And this was an addition, Raven, to the flock to try to keep Heidi company, but we realized that it's not good to introduce another doe to the herd when another doe has kids, because I thought Heidi, this one here, was going to kill this one. And she beat her up pretty bad the first week or two.
Take pictures of
And
me.
here's the nose right here, huh? Oh, I see a fuzzy nose.
Like he was when he was a baby.
This one here is the really lovey-dovey one.
He's a
He's
suck.
always looking for lots of
And
attention.
he always looks.
Here we are back at 1/5 acre farm. I ran out of space on my cell phone. So we start the video again. And we're going to be doing these two white guys, the two bucks. I'm going to get closer to them. Coming in, girls and boys. Come on back. This one's Raven. She's a doe. We're going to get her bred here in probably about 3 weeks' time. That's one of the bucks. That's weathered. He notices that Raven's in heat right now. That's why he won't let her leave her alone. And the two boys. The boys are white ones, and Heidi, that's the brown one. She's the mother of the two white bucks. And these two guys are going to be slaughtered today. And I thought I would share this with everybody. We don't have any animals here that we don't eat or have eggs. We have a bunch of chickens here as well. Got Barred Rock breed, and I don't know what that black one is. Someone gave us that one. And we have these chickens over here on the other side that are going to be killed either today or tomorrow, along with this rooster. So at some part of this video there will be some blood and some guts, just to warn the people now before it happens, and I'll warn people just before it happens as well. But we raise our animals so that we know what we're eating. And we have Heidi, the brown one. This one here, we get milk from her. And my wife, she makes cheese with her milk as well. And she makes goat's milk soap that she sells at the farmers markets. And I got all three of them here chewing on my jacket. You chewing on my jacket, and I got Raven ramming her horns up my butt. You little stinker. But I'm going to go in and show you what I've got done in the building, so that you can see what it would take, it will take to be able to do the animals. This is my wife, Melanie. That's going to be my helper today.
Yay.
We'll take a walk out to the building. What we have a bucket of water, hot water, for cleaning up with and stuff. And then we have some rope to tie their feet up with. And we got the knives to be able to skin them and clean them with. And then I have a bucket for some of the guts, and then we'll put it in the garbage bag here, and then we'll flatten it out and leave it freeze because it's below freezing now. And then we'll throw it in our compost bin, and tomorrow is garbage day. So we're trying to get this done this evening so that we can get rid of that stuff. And then we have this made up, this piece of wood here that we can put their back legs on it, and then we heist them up to the ceiling, and that way I can get them up off the floor after they're dead. So I'm gonna go and get one of the goats now and bring him in and tie him up. So I'll be back in a minute with more videos. So we picked the most aggressive one first. Get him done. Yeah, get your foot up there. Okay, buddy.
Let them be nose to nose for a minute.
Yep. Say goodbye to Mommy. They've had a good life. They've been loved. They've been treated well.
Raven photobomb. Hi, Raven.
Get
Hi,
your
Raven.
nose in there, huh? Say videotape me too. Say goodbye to Mommy. Okay, let's go. Come on. This way. We'll give you a little bit of... No, you go that way. I know, you want to get out into the feed. Lock it up after. Whoa. Come on. Come on. I might have a little difficulty here. Okay.
Give him the feed bucket that
Yeah.
didn't get eaten this morning.
Here you go, buddy. No,
No?
come on. You're gonna be difficult? No, yeah, you can't go back out and see Mommy. Okay. So we prayed and thanked the Lord for giving us these animals and blessing us with this meat and the time that he could spend with his family, and we tried to kill them in a kosher way. It was a little bit hard to see and to do, but we're trying to do it in the humane way and kosher. So now he's dead right now, and now we're gonna have to hang him up and skin him, and then take the the innards out of them, and then hang them up for 2 weeks before we quarter them up and put them in the freezer. So he has blessed us with lots of love, and he's going to bless us now with food. Okay, so I'm going to need your hand now to help me pull them up.
Stop it.
Yeah, stop. Okay, we got them hung up now. Now we got to skin them. And I seen on the internet it said somewhere that you should skin a goat first before you gut them. Because I guess if the hairs or the fur touches the skin, it doesn't taste as good. So we're going to skin him first, and then we're going to cut his innards out, and then we'll show you more video. We'll show you the start of it. Actually, I want to put something down on the floor so I'm not walking in this stuff. So we thought of a good idea to use up our old feed bags. In the summertime we plant our tomatoes in them, and now I just realized we can lay them on the floor and not have to walk through all this mess.
Don't trip over it. Just don't trip over it.
Yeah. Okay, we'll show you how to start them. A lot of the hunters may laugh at me when I do this. It's been a long time since I skun a deer.
Comes off so easy.
Yeah, it's been probably what, 10 years since I skun a deer. And when you're cutting around here, you make sure you don't cut this back muscle right here, because that's what he's hanging by. If you cut that,
tendon, isn't it?
you're going to end up, yeah, it's a tendon. So if you cut that, you're going to be skinning it on the floor. And I'm really impressed with my wife. We only had one crying spell.
Right at the beginning.
Yeah. So try to get rid of all these hairs that are loose right here now, just so they don't get down on the meat after. Now I'll do the other side. Easier to do it the other way. Now after we finish skinning them, I'm going to tan the hides. Nothing goes to waste around here.
Emily's already said she wants a pair of gloves.
Yeah. How about a pair of mittens?
Mittens, yes.
Yeah. And a pair of gloves out of something like this would be Pretty expensive to get someone to make them. There. Once we get them all cleaned up, there. Once you get him cleaned around cut around his legs, and get all the loose fur cleaned off, then we got to split them down here, and then that way we can roll the skin right off. It folds over on itself, and then you don't have any of that fur or stuff getting on the meat. Now I'm probably going to get a little bit here. Actually, I remember what Granddad told me. Underneath.
Yeah, if you face your blade out, I read that too. If you face your blade out, there's less chance of you're gonna mix the meat. This is my first time seeing an animal skun since I was about Emily's age and my brother skun a rabbit in front of me. And that was it. No more animals for me. But I have to be here for this.
What's up? We've been feeding him good. He's got lots of fat on him. I think this has gotten dull already. I think I was 11 years old when I skunned my first deer. My dad shot it, and he said, "You're going to learn how to skin a deer today." And I think I skunned 2 or 3 deers for him. This is probably no different than skinning a deer. Oop. We're getting too close. You don't want to go through the hide. Try not to.
Or into the muscle.
Yeah. Oh, there's something else I forgot to do that we should do right away. I learned from when we did our beef that if you take the legs, it might be too late for it. If you pump their legs, yeah, you hear the blood coming out. Mm-hmm. That gets the rest of the blood out of them.
Pushes on their heart, maybe.
Yeah, it makes their heart pump. Do this about a half a dozen times. I don't hear anymore. But that's probably something you should do as soon as you hang them, because then that way it gets it done before it congeals. What? So we did that. Now we'll get both of the legs skunned down, and we'll start another video once we get it down below his legs. So we'll be back in a minute. So you see how well our animals have been treated. You see how fat they are. So they've gotten lots of good grain, lots of good feed, and lots of grass to eat. So we got them skunned down this far now. So we're going to finish skinning them right down to his neck, and then we'll cut his head off. And as soon as we get the head taken off, then we'll take the stomach out of them. So we will start another video again once we get the head off, and then we'll videotape taking the stomach out of them.
Well, you can see that the skin is still intact all the way around him.
Yep.
You want to show that?
Yeah, he's not split. I don't want to pull it up too hard.
No.
But yeah,
his stomach isn't split.
Yeah, he's skunned the same as if a trapper was gonna pull the skin over a stretching board, but we won't be stretching his hide because we want it to stay nice and tight. That way, when we make a hat, the fur stays nice and firm and a lot warmer hat. We're not trying to make more value on a bigger pelt. We're just going to skin them, salt them, and then I'll tan them. I got beef hide to tan, and a deer hide to tan, and 2 goats to tan. So we got our steer to, once I get him tanned, and he'll be on our bed to keep us warm in the winter. So more to come as soon as I get this gun down to his head, and then we'll be back. Here we are. We got him skunned down halfway. We have a 9-year-old daughter that is very well rounded. She plucks chickens and plucks the guts of the chickens.
And I grabbed an egg too, a developing one.
Yeah, and now, like I say, she's a well-rounded little girl. She does ballet, and she even skins goats. Now, Mummy and Emily are going to skin a little bit of the goat. I want my daughter to know how to feed herself and to be able to survive if anything were to happen.
As long as I get to have one of the horns to make earrings with.
Yeah?
One.
Okay. Yep, you can make earrings with it.
Yes.
So you have to take your holding them like this.
Oh, you're going to do that.
Yeah. And you pull down a little bit and cut just above. See how it's going?
Let me try.
Yep, he had a good life. He was loved.
He was spoiled.
Yeah,
Spoiled little brat.
especially after seeing how fat he was. Just be really careful with the knife.
Yeah. And just above where it is. There you go.
He stinks.
Okay, I'll go over here.
He's dead.
So you know what? You've skunned an animal before Daddy did. Daddy was 11 years old when he first skunned his deer, or skunned Poppy's deer. And now you're skinning and you're only 9 years old. Just like you were 7 years old and you were making bread with Nanny.
See, this is what happens. We don't want to skin. There's a hole. There you go. Do you want to try pulling? Okay.
Way too gross. Let's do over here. I want to skin it. I want to see what it. I see something
What?
I do not want to see.
Yeah, okay, so don't look.
Dad, you should blank that out.
Put a black box over it.
No, what? No, a fuzzy box over it.
Okay.
So now you know where to cut to just above the
Yep.
skin.
There you go. Okay.
Okay, now we're going to turn it off because we got to pull it up higher so it makes it easier so we're not bending over to skin them.
Fat and look.
So now we're going to pull them up higher.
Is what you make bacon
Okay,
out of
more to come.
Okay, move out.
Now here's where it gets a lot more difficult when it gets up around the legs and the neck. It gets a lot slower. And it's really good to have a good sharp knife.
Where's my? That's my hand.
I don't know if them legs are going to have enough meat on them to save it or not. I think I might just, I'll take them down a little bit further. But here's where you got to be really careful that you don't cut your fingers.
Can I show them something? Now this is what.
Oh. Okay, that's enough.
No, we
That's
don't
enough.
want to see the head on it.
Can
No.
Nah, it gets really hard to see what you're doing.
Mom, can you come out and get me one sign because I can't stand the cold.
There, broken
Stand
through
over
the
by
other
the-
side.
Go stand over by the stove. Stove's on.
Oh,
Food stove's on.
that's a lot of fat. And I also want to see what's going on in that movie.
That's fine.
Losing some
But
meat.
we're going to be very close. We can scrape it off again. You cut through there, though.
I just want to see the head get cut off.
Well, then you're going to have to wait. Go stand over by the stove, honey.
These are freezing. There was the last poop of Charlie Dickens.
Yeah.
I gotta sharpen my knife again. I
Mom,
just sharpened it.
Mom.
I think that's down far enough. Yeah, we just need to get that around his neck done. Okay, Emily, jump out of the chair, please.
He's. I'll come up later. It's black out, just so you know.
We're gonna have a lot of meat to trim off this hide.
Better meat. You can't trim. Can't
Huh?
fix holes. But you can trim meat. Just careful it doesn't pull through.
He's starting to smell goaty now. I think we'll have to put a disclaimer on this.
Mm-hmm.
Neck is still warm yet.
Should soon be to the end of that one.
Yeah. Now, if we had more property, we would have a lot more animals, and then I'd be paying someone to come in and do this. But we only have 1/5 of an acre, and with the 1/5 of an acre, we're at least half feeding ourselves, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't bought any meat or chicken or eggs probably for the last, what, year or more?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. And we know what we're eating. Not chemicals or whatever they do to meat nowadays that makes it so bad. Steroids and what else is it?
Antibiotics, but
Yeah.
we do use some antibiotics if they get sick.
Yeah, but
If it's needed, but we don't
Not-
give it to them on a regular basis
no.
to prevent getting sick. We treat them as they need it.
Yeah. I don't think. Well, no, this guy has never had.
No, he's never had
antibiotics.
any.
Only the mother
And Raven.
and Raven. Yeah, when they had.
The boys haven't had any
No.
medications or anything like that, so they are going to be free from that type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
We do buy our feed now, only because we don't have the land to grow it ourselves. But
So all the hunters out there, don't laugh too bad at me. Like I say, it's been probably 13, 14 years since I did this. I'll skin his neck down so we get at least get a neck roast out of him. Getting slow.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not much more. I might get another 2 inches down his neck. We even had my daughter and my wife skinning. I'm really impressed with my wife. Someone that didn't want to watch me kill chickens to now she's helping me kill goats and skinning them. That's a funny face.
Oops. Trying not to get in your way. There we go.
And it might be good to invest in a better knife.
Yeah.
A proper skinning knife. This one isn't working that well. It's actually a deer hunting knife though, but it's still not good for skinning with. I've sharpened this, what, 3-4 times now?
At least since you started skinning, yeah. The muscles on his neck is a lot looser too, so you're kind of fighting against that too. Where on his body it was a lot tighter. You should soon be to the bottom there.
Yeah.
That sigh usually means cutting through the fur.
Yeah. But he's going to be cut up anyway and made into a hat for me.
I think we could probably get a few hats out of him.
I think we only cut through maybe about 3 or 4 times.
Well, there's one area he was cut through several times, but just one area, we'll just cut that part right out.
Yeah. So now whoever's watching this will know how to skin an animal. And when you get around the legs to skin an animal, you got to take your time because it's much slower to skin around there. I don't know if there's going to be any videos out there that show stuff like this. Or you think there is? Oh. Wow, I can't get over how back of his neck is still hot or warm. I think that is going to be it.
We'll do a separate video of the rest. So more to come again.
So we got him, the legs cut off and the head cut off, and we got him split down through the middle here and got his bum and his P-trail cut out. And once you're finished cutting it out, tie it off, because if you don't tie it off, once you start splitting down through here and the stomach falls out, then that pee and that poop comes out and gets over your meat. So it's better to tie it off so that that stuff doesn't leak out. Okay. Now, I'm going to say, I haven't done any of this stuff in a long time. Wow, look at the fat on him. Oh, is he ever fat? Oh, just what I didn't want to do.
What's that?
His gut pile. That's one thing you don't want to do. Now I gotta try to get that out without getting it over the meat.
And it stinks.
Mm-hmm. At least it's right at the very top of it. Smells like liver.
It smells like guts and poop.
Oh no. No, I guess I punctured his stomach. Okay. Whew, that's good.
Ugh, the fat.
I know, he's so
Wow.
fat.
We're hoping to try and make some bacon out of his flanks. Some goat bacon. Okay, it's slipping. Oh, I'm losing it. It's tearing.
Yep, okay, leave her come down.
Wow. Goats have 4 stomachs. And he is full.
Yeah, I thought I got him in his gut pile, but I didn't. I got him, I think that was his lung. Yeah, that's his lung.
Oh, okay.
Or, no.
Oh, well.
I don't know. No,
was
that's
something.
just fat.
Yeah, he's got a lot of fat on him.
Oh, look at the fat. That's over something. I don't know
maybe?
what the organs are, so I'm not going to try to guess.
I'm sure there's lots of people watching this just laughing at us now.
Yeah. This is a lot easier doing this with them hanging than it is to do it
Out in the woods,
out
like a
in the
deer.
woods with a deer laying on the ground. Because now this just all fell right out. I had to get in here and with your hands, and it's a lot harder out in the woods. Oh, I can't get over the fat. You sure you don't want to make soap out of this?
No.
Make soap for ourselves.
We'd have to get milk from someplace else to do it.
Yeah, we get.
Because it gets cooked, so...
Yeah, store bought. My.
Yeah.
I think you should go in and grab a bucket. That's a lot of fat. Man. Now you see how good our animals were loved. They might have been loved too much. Actually, I think I should get this fat off before before everything drops into the bucket.
Okay.
So,
More to come again.
Yep. You go in and get. Now we're going to try to get the fat off this so that we can make some soap or candles. Actually, candles would be better.
But yeah, look at all the fat in there.
There's probably 10, 15 pounds of fat here. And just look at that.
Is there an organ in it?
No, that's just a big chunk of fat.
Oh.
Yep, there's some candles. Oh, we're losing her. I should try to get this big chunk of fat off. That might not be a good idea. I'll tear it off instead.
Look at the size of that stomach. Wow. It's going. Oh, there goes its liver. Is that a liver?
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. Well, the liver and the heart, I do know.
That looks like liver. There's an organ in that. There's a kidney in there.
Yeah.
But that's the best fat. Is the kidney fat.
Yeah, okay, we don't want that. Oh, I can't get over the fat on this guy.
There's something in there too.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, that's good. We don't need that fat.
That is ridiculous. Dad sees this, he's gonna say you fed them goats too good.
No wonder he was so heavy.
But right there, there's probably a dozen candles or more. Now we gotta get some beeswax.
So I guess our next adventure is learning how to make candles.
Yeah. I don't want to get it. Yeah, we gotta stop
That should
feeding
be
them.
good. Okay.
Let's get as much as we can get off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Killing them with kindness.
But the meat looks really healthy and nice red. Get your knife before you bury it. That is a lot.
Okay, that there is going to be our bacon.
Very thick, isn't it?
Okay.
Wow.
Tore the liver right off.
It's a big liver, too.
There's
That's lungs.
Yeah, that's a lung. That's a lung down in there, right there. And I think this is a liver. Pretty sure it's really light. Oh, look how big that is. We're gonna have to try it.
Ugh, you can. That is big, though. Wow. Uh-oh.
Liver. A ton more fat. I don't think I'm gonna take. Now this meat, I think, is supposed to be really good.
Is this a chunk of meat? Or is that an organ?
That's another
It
organ.
looks like an organ, yeah.
Yeah.
What's this?
That's part of his stomach again. I think I'm going to try to save that piece of meat, and we'll try that tonight. Or not.
It's gonna let go when that cut.
Yeah.
Yep, there's his lungs.
Yeah, that's his throat.
Oh.
I didn't split his ribs. Well, I couldn't because the stomach
No,
fell
not
out.
with all the.
You got to make sure that everything's off of the ribs. And then you cut the throat and it should just fall right out. I need to sharpen my knife a bit.
Yeah, you've been cutting through herd stuff.
Down she goes. That must, no, them are, where's his heart? That's not his heart. No, that was
He
his
doesn't
lungs.
have a heart.
Oh, he's got a heart here somewhere.
Oh, fix the bag.
Well, I'll have to look in there and find his heart in a bit. No, because his heart's got to be in the cavity. And that is nice and clean.
Yeah.
Now we'll split him down through his ribs. And that's all. And this is another necessity to split the ribs and to split them down through here, that you can get the poop trail and pee trail out. Yeah. There, he's split down through the ribs. Now, let's see if we can find his heart. Oh, I see it right now.
Middle of.
This is my favorite part to eat. Look at the fat around his heart, too. More candle. This is how the old timers used to do it. Boy, nothing went to waste on their animals. There's a heart.
Is that blood?
Yep.
Jellied?
There. And the rest goes to landfill. The guts are no good for anything. Now, I don't keep the kidneys or anything like that, but some people eat the kidneys, and I think so, because I heard of kidney pie before.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'd want to try that. I'll stick with just my heart and liver. Okay, we're pretty much done now. We just gotta go over or leave them dry a little bit, and then we can pick the hairs off. Once it dries, the hairs come off a lot easier once it's dry. And then we'll be hanging it in a cool area for 2 weeks. And then I'm going to split it down through the middle, and I'll probably cut it up into crossed here and here, and the legs off, and that'll be 2 roasts. And then we'll cut the ribs off and down through here, and then across. Then we'll have 2 front roasts, and we'll have ribs, and then we'll have, is that called sirloin? The backbone?
The tenderloin.
Yeah, the tenderloin. So we'll have all this. We'll cut that in half, and then have that for a roast as well. So we're not really going to cut them up for steaks. I don't want to take them and get them cut up at a meat market. I'm just going to quarter them up, and my father's got a meat saw to cut them up by hand. And it's going to be pretty much done all old school way. I'm going to clean a little bit of fat off of them, and And that will be it. And we just got one more to do. But I think we'll be holding off and doing that one tomorrow because it's too late now. What time is it?
Don't know. Take a bite.
I think we should tell them what time, how long it took us. I think this took us probably about 3 hours. Here we are cleaning the goats. We got one cut in half. And we got the other one, he's stripping it down, taking the ribs off of it. And once we get the ribs cut off of it, then we split it in half. And then we're going to process all this by hand. I'll take you out here, and all you basically need is a hand meat saw and a hacksaw for doing smaller stuff. And a cool place to hang them for a week or so. And then we have a roast here, a leg roast that we vacuum sealed. And then over here is our processing area where I cut it up. And we got the ribs and the flank, I think is what they call it. We're going to be making bacon out of this. This is what comes off their stomach part. What's that?
That's the flank too for
That's
bacon.
the flank for bacon too? Okay.
Smoke it.
Yep, and we're going to try smoking it. And while I smoke it, I'm going to smoke a chicken as well to see how that turns out. This summer I smoked some smoked mackerel and they turned out really good. So we're going to try, I'm going to try it. Yeah, so then where the ribs will split up and have them so we can have a barbecue ribs. So we're right in the middle of cutting all this up. So there's 3 of us here working at it. Me and my wife and my father is working on it. So I got to get back to work. My wife is here picking everything apart now. So I will be back once we get her all cut up and show you what we got. It's the 1/5 acre farm. More to come.